Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday it was Raila Odinga's birthday, and Baba was turning 79 years old. And this birthday was a kind of a holiday in this country. The entire country was celebrating Raila Odinga's birthday. It happened across the country. At least majority of Kenyans had a goodwill message to Raila Odinga on his birthday. Besides this, we saw people organizing, using their own money to buy a cake, prepare for an event, colorful event, just to celebrate Raila Odinga's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Baba. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now?
Now, with the kind of unfolding events yesterday, it seems like some individuals in this government were not happy with what was happening. Just imagine people organizing an event at Nairobi CBD, you are elsewhere, in Mombasa, everywhere, so colorful events. Then someone decided that he's going to disrupt this event and make it unsuccessful, make it look ugly, and bring in other discussions. So we have Kenyans who prepared a huge event at Nairobi CBD to celebrate Raila Odinga's birthday. Now, what happened when they were celebrating? All preparations were put in place and everything was set. So, some rogue police officers in uniform, using taxpayers' money in the name of tear gas, decided to disrupt that peaceful celebration that was taking place in Nairobi CBD by throwing tear gas at Kenyans who were peacefully celebrating Raila Odinga's birthday. Something that people are referring to as violent dispersion. You disperse people through violence. It was violent, so disgusting, subjecting Kenyans to tear gas as if something bad was happening or if they were breaking the law. Now, after all this, we have seen the IG of police, Japhet coming out to condemn this, warn police officers and assure Kenyans that they are going to take serious action against those rogue police officers who disrupted this event using violence dispersion. The question on this Punchline is, why did the police officers disrupt that event? And number two, why is coming out to distance themselves and the police from that activity? Before we go deep into this, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel, AhmedNassir, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, my understanding is that someone wanted to paint Raila Odinga's birthday as a day when violence took place in this country. He wanted to paint a face of violence on a day where Raila Odinga was celebrating his birthday. You do so by engineering violence activity in a peaceful event through intimidating those who are celebrating this event, make them angry, then let them retaliate. Sasa anachukua tutia gas anatupa huko, aona reaction ya watu itakuwa namna gani. Try to paint unsuccessful celebration, then show a kind of violent happening on a birthday where people should be celebrating. That just backfired. It backfired. Like you would think like we are in a war. The country is in war. There is terror when there was none, but just a celebration of a man who has been referred to as the father of this country. No wonder people are calling Raila Odinga Baba. Indeed, he fit in that shoes of being a Baba or a father of a nation. Right now, the living and breathing father of this nation can easily be referred to as Raila Odinga. So walitaka kitu ya kuleta mvurugo wakati kama huo, wasema kwamba sasa unaona tabia ya Azimio Kenya Kwanza, tabia ya Azimio, tabia ya ODM, Raila Odinga kawaida yake, police officers. There can be a possibility that Statehouse felt fear, panic, that the entire country is celebrating Raila Odinga's birthday. And so, because the event was so successful, the country was in celebration, it was a kind of a holiday, they disrupt. Because of panic and fear. Kwa nini Wakenya wanafurahia na wanasherekea birthday ya Raila Odinga lakini sio ya Ruto? If it was Ruto's birthday, we can never see this kind of love. Silikuwa ni siku nyingine alikuwa na celebrate birthday. Ni keki ngapi zilikatwa kwa on any street of this country? Ni ngapi zilikatwa? Apart from an event that was organized by William Ruto himself. And it backfired. It was in success. And now wanaona Raila ina succeed hapa. So there was some worries that the perception that will be created is that Raila is popular, he is loved, and is a father figure of this country. So Ruto is trying to force himself to be the father figure of this country. He's trying to force love for himself, when indeed the man who has been celebrated and loved the most is Raila Amolo Odinga. There are reasons why, and most of you know this. Raila stands for justice. He's a man who has shown interest in safeguarding humanity. He's a man who has offered alternative and challenged government when it oppresses its own people. He has remained the only line of defense of the people in this country. A man who can stand and tell the government straight to the face, and no one can do anything to him. And lastly, we have seen IG of Police Japhet Koome coming out to condemn what police have done. According to Koome, the event was peaceful. Police action was unwarranted. He has described that action as a violent dispersion. So he has promised to take an action against police officers who involve themselves in the violent dispersal of Kenyans who were freely, peacefully celebrating Raila Odinga's birthday. And I say, these are wrong police officers and they should be dealt with according to the law. There is a reason here. Possibility of panic that what police officers did has turned out backfiring on this regime. Whereby now you bring in other discussion that kwa nini polisi wanaenda kupiga wa Kenya ambao wanafurahia tu birthday ya mtu ama kiongozi ambao wao wenyewe wamependa. So they realize that they made a mistake and fingers are being pointed at them. The only way to get out of this is to turn against the order they gave to these police officers. These officers, maybe they were given order. Wacha tusilete mambo ya tribalism tuseme sijui wametoka mahali fulani. There can be a possibility of a person who gave order to the police officers. Karibu hii mkutano. It shows the kind of arrogance in this regime. It shows the kind of lack of patience in this regime. It shows the fear they have that someone is gaining trust, confidence, and popularity among Kenyans, something that they never wished to happen. Now they are exposed, so they have to come for the police and bring in the drama. Utapata hata there is nothing they will do to these police officers is a mere PR exercise that Kome might be displaying here. Just because they want to do a cover-up, what we refer to as damage control. The damage has happened, but now they are controlling the damage. PR exercise.